I have eye pain. I was trying not to mention the eye pain because it's just started happening as I came on the live stream. I haven't really started yet. There's a button I could just push to basically make it so that people could just see. Okay, now that that's sorted. Oh my god. If it's not one, it's the other. It's just that why do we have two eyes? Why? Okay. My dressing gown has a hole in it. Shut up, you. My tummy is very well fed. I had pasta and I had a roll today, so I've been doing pretty good. I may be looking up in that corner from time to time because there is a large, thick spider. And I mean thick as in not stupid, just it's a chunky spider. In my corner, and basically, well, not in the corner, kind of just above the door. So I'm just making sure that it stays there. It doesn't venture out. Okay, I was going to do some art that I cannot show you for a couple of reasons. The couple of reasons being, no, I'm not going to unplug that here. Number one, it's potentially not YouTube safe, and number two, it's kind of the end of this of the series that I've been drawing, so it's kind of a spoiler, I guess. I guess that's what you call it. So yeah, I thought I'd just hang out with you guys while I'm doodling hard. I was going to say hardly doodling, but that's not right. I am live also on Discord, so if you're on my Discord server and I miss basically you talking, then you can talk to me with your voice box. Voice box? You know what I mean, with your microphone? Yeah, microphone. You know what I mean. Hey, Bear Buff is here. How you doing, dude? It has been a long time. What is up with you, man? So I am doing, if you remember, I did a picture of a piggy a while ago now, a few days ago now. And that's a commission piece along with like 3 or 4 other pieces that I've been commissioned to do. And yeah, I'm kind of that piggy that I was doing is the beginning of like a kind of a transformation thing of basically the pig was turning into a very much bigger like Daddy Bear Pig, if that makes sense. Not Daddy Bear Pig. Pig Daddy. You know what I mean. You know what I mean? I'm still feeling a bit whacked on the head when I'm talking on live stream tonight. I think it might just be a tired thing. Oh my god. I said tired, and also, yeah, of course. Yeah. So I'm doing the end piece, and I've been doing it basically all day, as well as figuring out exactly how I'm going to do the parties, the set of parties that are going to happen over the next few weeks, because we're having a tiki party, and then we might have another tiki party. I'm considering doing like different themes depending on what people suggest, because I'm okay with a tiki party. Tiki party I'm set for, because I've got the supplies to do a tiki party, so that's good. But in case you're wondering, that's a pen. It looks like I'm holding a straw for some reason on my screen. Anyway, yeah. So the tiki party this will be for the guys that were coming for the event. That's going to happen next week, and the leading day at the moment is Sunday, but it's negotiable. We're deciding still about the day, and after that there'll be, we'll decide what kind of party it will be, because there'll be, that party is specifically for the guys that were going to go to the event in Vegas, and we're going to go to the sub event, because the tiki party was part of just some of the attendees that go to the event. Basically, they're my friends, and they set it up, and like we all kind of like run it while we're there, as well as have fun in it. So that's good. So that's going to be for them. So that's probably going to be a closed doors private party kind of thing. But I mean, I am going to share the link on my Discord, I think. They'll probably share links to people that are not going to the party. So, but after that, the next week, it could be one that I'm doing. It's going to be it's either going to be a live stream for the Discord guys, and just for the Discord guys. But again, the link to that will be shared out anywhere. And I'm okay with it being just a tiki party again, or it could be any kind of party. It depends. I don't know. And then we've got then the week after that, we'll be doing another live stream. I'll do a live stream party where we basically will be definitely keeping it PG-13, because YouTube, and it's still a bit touchy. And then after that, I don't know. We might just have another party for the sake of it, because, well, we're all kind of like stuck inside. So yeah. I like your daddy movies. My daddy movies. It's 3:45. By the way, hi Panda Fox. I don't know if I said hi Panda Fox. I read it, but I don't know if I said it. It's 3:45 a.m. here. I couldn't sleep. Finally, I could catch the live stream. Well, you're always welcome, dude. You're always welcome. So, I'm still very, very sad that basically we've lost touch somewhat. I don't know what happened. I do wonder. But yeah. So you're going to Vegas. I was supposed to be going to Vegas the week after next. So yeah. I think it was next week. I think it was the end of next week that I was supposed to be going to Vegas. So, but of course that's not happening, because America banned, and then travel, and then all of a sudden they basically locked down parts of America, and now, from what I understand it, they're kind of also on a lockdown like England is. Again, apart from Texas, my cousin is apparently fine in Texas. They do not give a shit in Texas. I find that hilarious and bad at the same time. But yeah, there's 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 a lockdown in the UK now. So basically, it was advised that we shouldn't, we should only go out and socialize and stuff conscientiously and stuff, be sensible about it. And I get that, I do, but now it's enforced. Well, it's going to be enforced soon. There's like going to be curfews, and you're basically not supposed to leave your house unless it's absolutely necessary, or you're caring for a loved one. You're actually, like caring for a loved one, or you're going to the store. Those are the only times you can leave your house. So yeah, I imagine the internet's going to get a lot slower in the next few days because everybody's going to be on it. So I do not understand. I do not understand how that's going to be a thing. So yeah. Enjoy the parties, dude. Well, hopefully, Bear Buff, you might be part of one if you wanna. Lost 2. I was just saying. I meant Padafox. I was talking about Bear Buff because essentially we seem to have lost regular communication, and I'm really sad about that because various stuff I think happened. But one of the main things, and I'm sorry to bring this up if this is a touchy subject, apparently I broke Bear Buff's heart by basically telling him that I wanted to reschedule our planned joint vacation together. And apparently that was a no-no. I don't exactly understand how or why rescheduling would have been a thing, but essentially after that I did notice a steep decline in the amount of time that Bear Buff was online on my servers, or on my stuff on the Tubbs network and stuff. And yeah, and it just bummed me out so much. But what are you gonna do? It was a long time ago now. We're all okay. I should get on with drawing. And the grocery store isn't any better. The grocery store isn't any better? What? I heard about your anger thing. No, that's not the right way of saying it. I heard about the arsehole customer. I do apologize about that, dude. Yeah, there's a really funny thing happening at our local store, at our supermarket, our Tesco, where they've got signs posted up everywhere saying, "Please be courteous to the people who work at this store. They're trying their best." And it was like, I for some reason I was like, why would they have this? And then on the car trip on the way back, on the way home, I was like, oh yeah, because they have to deal with people trying to go over their limit of their essential stuff all the time. And yeah, that would make sense. That would drive me crazy too. I totally understand that. But at the time I was at the checkout and I was looking at one of these signs and I was like, why do they need these signs? Are people being arseholes? What's going on? So yeah, it was like, I was like, yeah, of course people are going to go nuts. People are going to try to pass one over and stuff. Our cashier has always been super nice. Everybody's always been super courteous. I haven't seen it. I haven't witnessed it myself, but I can imagine what it's like. So I totally understand that. Um, but yeah, our cashier was like, which we got a bunch of you'd call them ramen. We just call them noodles. We got a bunch of noodle packs and stuff like that. And basically, we were talking to the cashier, and we were basically saying to her that why is this a thing? What is the deal? What is the is it okay with if these are individual different flavors? It's okay to have these, right? And she was like, oh, it's fine. If you got like more than one flavor, then I'd have to say something. But even then, I probably won't say anything because it's noodles, you know? So, yeah. It's no big deal. It's no big deal. Yeah, so I haven't witnessed anything. Everybody at our store seems to be super chill about everything. Um, However, I have noticed that barriers are starting to go up. Basically there's like barriers in stores that, like separating queues and things. And there's like signs on these barriers saying, please keep a distance of about 2 meters from each other and stuff like that. And it was like, yeah, that makes sense. So I was just going to say, where's Jeffers? And I just noticed that his name came up. Dude, let's not talk about it. Just forget it. Well, I find it very hard to not forget these things. Essentially, like I said, I'm just going to say my point, my point of view of exactly what happened, and then I am going to put it to rest. Okay. I wanted to reschedule our joint vacation. I was still fully committed to going on vacation, but I wanted to reschedule for a time when it wasn't going to melt me to be in Spain. That is literally my side of it. That was literally my side of it. And after that, like I said, you went really quiet. And then I get a message from you. Well, I get I can't remember if it was on just a general chat on live stream or something, but I got the message that you were heartbroken because I wanted to reschedule. And ever since then, I've seen less of you. I've only had random brief updates from you, uh, basically telling me that really bad stuff about your health. And then that's it. You kind of pop in and out of the live streams every now and again, and it's just that bums me out. And that's just my side of it, and that's all I'm going to say. Okay, I won't. I understand you don't want to talk about it. I understand that you don't want to talk about it, but that I have to say that and leave it at that from my end. If you're okay with not talking about it from your end, that's great. That's all I want to say about it. Okay. Anyway, that actually made me like need air after saying that for some reason. I'm still mad I got yelled at over a loaf of bread. Yeah, I know. I can understand. I totally can understand. I've had this. I've had this. I've had this happen to me. Yeah. One Christmas, basically, I was working. I was working at the front line in a supermarket, at a home delivery stand because I was the home delivery manager. And yeah, I had a woman screaming at me more than once, more than one woman. Like it was spread out over the course of the day, but because it was Christmas and everything, our home delivery service is packed, and it basically is only open for a certain amount of time because it's Christmas. So essentially, it was like, yeah, yeah, yeah. I understand the pressures, dude. I understand it bad that the pressures of not wanting, wanting to seriously yell back or worse, um, wrestling people to the ground and stuff like that. I get it, I do, but not being able to, because you know you have to have a job and stuff. You just can't do what you want because of civilization. So yeah, I get it, dude. I do. We are okay to okay. Here we are locked down completely like crazy. I get it. I get it, and I'm bummed out about it. I'm bummed out about it here because I was once I realized I couldn't go to Vegas. All I wanted to do is basically take a weekend to basically use some of my holiday money to get away from everybody that I know and care about, because they are loving and they keep reminding me about, you know, how sorry they are that basically I can't get away from them. That sounds brutal, but at the same time it's a bummer, you know. It's just a reminder that you know, like, yeah, you're not going to get to go on your only vacation, possibly only vacation ever again. You know, it's like, oh, awesome. I know, thank you. Yeah, actually something like this happened to my dad, so yeah. Hey, Wolfie. I was going to say Bear Buff again, but then I was like, no, that's wrong nickname. But hey, Wolfie. Howdy. And hey, Jeffers. It's like a ghost city. Well, at least you can go out still, maybe. I only mean if you yell at me. Bitch, I believe you. You're a wonderful person, Tubbs. I'm okay. We will one day, Tubbs. We will. Okay. I was in the post office and they had tape on the counter saying stay 6 feet away while standing in line. 6 feet away? Well, wait a minute. I mean, that's just under 2 meters. Yeah, it's basically the same thing. It's basically the same thing. Bev, can't you leave your house for anything? Like I said, we are in lockdown now, which means that we can only leave our house for essential items. And if we've got a dog, we can take it out for a little walk. Sorry. My buddy Daryl is basically going to use the dog excuse and the essential items excuse to come over and see us still. But he's a carer, so basically he has leave to leave his house. So yeah. You can just eat the mail at the mailman. What? So that you have to go through that, Bev, yeah. No, nothing. You are locked in your houses. Jesus, dude. That is bad. I realize I'm still not drawing. I've come with a decision that I would like your guys' opinion on. I cannot show you the piggy, but essentially, I just want to talk about the piggy because I need to remind people about exactly what's happening with the piggy. So, I drew a piggy. You guys seen it. Most of you guys have seen it, and I think it's also on Fur Affinity now as well. So everybody's probably seen it. I drew a piggy, and it's a 5-part series, and I'm drawing the end result because I've been trying to figure out a way to do a progressive series. But what I normally end up doing every time I've done a progressive series where one character transforms from one thing to another, basically, is I draw the end product. I draw the beginning phase and I draw the end product, and then I add, you know, features of the end product to the rest of the series until it's completed. till the transformation is completed. So I'm working on the end product. So I cannot show you the end product because I don't want to spoil it, for one thing, and for another thing, it might get, when YouTube's being very sensitive. So yeah. So I've got a thing with a piggy. Now the piggy goes through a transformation and it's basically he becomes a daddy pig, a big boss daddy pig by the end of the transformation. Now this means all sorts. Basically, he's gonna lose his hair. He's gonna have a leather hat on by the end of it because I've already drawn that bit. He's gonna have like a leather waistcoat as well, which I was gonna draw, but I've also had in mind that he was gonna have facial hair. Problem is that I've already drawn the face, and I kind of don't want to lose any of the definition on the face. So should I add facial hair? Or should I just have it as very thick stubble? You know? That's kind of the opinion that I want from you guys. Yeah. I like the definition that I've got on the face. That's the problem. This is the main problem. So if I add a big daddy beard like this, then I'm gonna lose all of that definition. So thick stubble, that's all I needed to hear. Thank you so much. Yeah. I'm sorry, Tubbs, about the UK being in lockdown too. Yeah, well, again, it's not super bad because essentially I was already wallowing in my self misery here in my house, so it was like it's not much different for me, but for everybody else it's kind of a bummer. It kind of sucks for everyone else. But hey, we're gonna have parties. We're gonna have parties, and we're gonna get to hang out a lot. So, I mean, there's that. So I'm just adding the waistcoat. Then I don't have to do anything for the stubble. So I can just add the waistcoat. Maybe have a harness on. I was thinking about adding a harness on at some stage. Big thick one, but at the same time it's a little bit hard to visualize where exactly it's going to go. He becomes a very big pig by the end of it. Basically, he turns into a slightly skinnier version of Pop. Very slightly, though. Very slightly skinnier version. Pop's huge. Pop the pig is huge. Trying to think of exactly like what his weight is, but I don't think he's actually found a scale that could do him justice. Essentially, he's the size of a small car. I mean, this guy is kind of... I don't know how to describe that. Oh, should I add a ring to his nose? I was thinking about it, but should I add a ring to his nose? A septum, piercing. Facial is always good. Yes, the stubble sounds good. You need to go outside more. I go outside plenty. I normally take walks and stuff. I take a lot of walks. When I was visiting my mother, I basically had a walk before breakfast, which was hell because I need my breakfast. I need me breakfast. And yeah, I normally take walks all the time. So yeah, I'm normally good with that. Is he wearing a black boot? He's not wearing black boots. I've already drawn the paws or the trots, the trotters. The trots is poop, isn't it? That's what that is. I should not say that again. Yeah, I've already drawn that. So nah. Plus, he's wearing a jock strap. He's already wearing a jock strap. So it's kind of like, I guess he could just be wearing boots as well. I'll think about that. I'll come back to that. Ball ring. Yeah, should I add it? Should I add it? Got a harness. We got the leather waistcoat. Oh, I missed out a detail on the leather waistcoat. I might give you guys a sneak peek, like at the end of the stream, just of the. I've done the general layout, the pose. I'm just literally doing, just the adding the touches to it and stuff, like all the details. That's what we're doing here. So boring. He's bossy and he know it. Yeah, exactly. Yes, the nose ring sounds great. Okay, the nose ring. Let me zoom into the face. So every time I look at this character, all I think is grunt because he just feels that way, you know. There we go. Speaking of Pops, I want to get another gassy pick with him. Another gassy pick with him. That's zooming in too much. Oh my god, should I put nipple rings on him? I don't know if I should. Can't really see his nipples, I don't think. My eyes twitchy. We could talk about other things, by the way. We don't have to just talk about this. I'm just doing this whilst I'm on stream with you guys. We could talk about the party planning. I'm gonna give her. Yeah. Yeah, the party plan is looking good so far. Nothing to report really. I basically figured out that we're doing the one for the Vegas guys. We're doing that via Zoom. I think it is. I think it's Zoom. Basically, somebody has a Zoom subscription, a proper big Zoom subscription, which means that a bunch of us can be online at the same time. There's like its own separate chat thing as well, and all of that good stuff. So I think we're doing that, but the rest of them I might use just Hangouts, unless I have a good experience with Zoom. I might use just Hangouts, or I might use the streaming app that I'm on now, this thing, and because I can stream up to 6 people, I think it says that I can do. So that might be a good thing to do for the YouTube Hangout party thing. What if we do that? But I might just use Hangouts for the private the private everybody party, for the Discord party. And then there's the other party, which I'm not entirely sure when that's gonna, what exactly that one's gonna be classified as. It might just be an everybody party. At the end of April, maybe, or maybe that's the whenever we decide to do that, because I haven't decided what order. Who is helping you plan? Everybody. The Vegas one, I'm still really annoyed at my dressing gown. It's got a really obvious tear in it. I need a new dressing gown. Ugh. Yeah, I'm really. Everybody's basically helping me plan this thing. It's not really that hard. It literally is just when it's going to happen, and at what time, and to coordinate all of that with everybody is kind of a pain in the butt, because as everybody's got a different time zone. Everybody's got a different time zone. My tummy's really noisy tonight. I don't know how. Yeah. So I think I might just, like, about 24 hours before the party, I will announce it, and then basically I'll have like a timer. I'll say, 24 hours from now there will be a party there, and then they can see when the post was was posted in whatever country whatever country time zone that they're in, and then we can basically go from there. So yeah, it's like a live party. It's gonna be, well, it's an internet party, so yes. Someone's hungry. I've had my food. I'm actually not that hungry. I'm just kind of what's the word? I'm digesting, I guess, because after the stream I'm probably going to go to bed. Anything else that I should add to this character? We've got leather harness, leather waistcoat, a jockstrap that you can't see because he's sitting down in this pose, leather hat, the mercap, which is I can never find in my size ever anywhere. We've got the nose ring, we've got the nipple ring. But yeah, anything else I should add to this character? I kind of feel like he should have like an armband, but at the same time, no, because armbands on very chubby arms don't really look so good, and I don't want to lose that arm definition or lack of arm definition, you know. So yeah, anything else that I can add? I was going to make it a belly harness as well as just a chest harness, but it's just that it's a very, I mean, it is a blobby shape. I could add that. You know, one that goes over the belly as well. Here's some belly rubs to help your tummy digest. Thank you, Jeffers. Panafox says cigar. He's got one. What about braces or wristbands? Like I said, I don't want to add an armband or wristband. It's kind of, it'll ruin the definition. You know? Beba says gloves. I've got I've drawn his hands and his feet, and for once I'm not ashamed of them, so I don't want to overcomplicate it by adding gloves. I guess he could have, like, no, because that would look weird. That would look kind of stupid. Not your idea, just the way that I've drawn it. It would look kind of dumb to have kind of the you know, the fingerless gloves, because, you know, he's got very dark, he hasn't got fingers, he's a pig, so he's got the kind of like the hoof hands thing, and they're very dark, so it would kind of look like he has gloves on. It's dumb. It's a dumb thing. I sure wish they had the Mer hats in your size, Tubbs, because it would look so good on you. Well, it would complete a look that I can't really pull off, because I need custom leather made and stuff, and oh my god, I'm just not thinking about it. I'm just not. It's too expensive. Panda Fox says dick ring. First of all, you can't see it. Do you want to see it? Do you guys want to see it? Should I risk the stream getting shut down? Should I risk it? It's probably not going to shut down the stream, but it could. I mean, I zoomed in on a nipple on the last stream that got shut down. But yeah, you can't see his crotch. You can't see the jockstrap that caused all of this. You can't see any of that, because he's sitting down and his belly is covering his whole crotch area, so it doesn't really work. So it's not pornographic at all. It's not. That's the problem. The other one wasn't either. That's the other problem. So yeah. So even if I did add a dick ring, it basically, I might do that in one of the you know, during the transformation. But for now, you know, that's actually a very good pose that I'm just thinking of right now. He's kind of like looking at his crotch, and like a dick ring outline appears in the jockstrap. Anyway, I'm not into leather, but I think the boss will the boss. What about tattoos, says FMF? I was actually going to ask that next, because I'm going to make another sketch layer for that, because that, when I do tattoos on characters, then I do them in a different layer, because they're part of the coloring process. They're not part of the line process, and yeah, it's a whole big thing. It's a whole big thing. But yeah, I'll ask about those in a minute. Yeah, no gloves. Yeah, Bear Buff, I think the whole boot idea is also probably not going to work either. Again, good idea, but for this particular pose, for this particular character, probably won't work. No, don't risk it. Are you sure? Okay. I'd love to see it, Tubbs, but I don't want you to get in trouble. I agree with Planet Fox. Don't risk it. Okay. Yeah, like I said, I kind of want this to be the big reveal at the end of everything. And I was thinking about not even posting this on Discord either until I've done all of the in between parts. Like I said, when I normally do transformation pictures, what happens is I usually draw the beginning and the end part, and then I draw all of it very quickly in between. But because this is the reason why this is taking so long to do is because I'm getting paid for this one quite a lot, so I want to make it perfect. So essentially I'm agonizing over the decisions, not really agonizing, just over decisions about exactly what to draw. So yeah. So basically, think about tattoos. What kind of tattoos? I'm going to make another layer, and I'm also going to draw in the belly brace, the belly harness, just to see if it will look any good in that layer, and then that way I can delete it if I don't like it. So while you're thinking about tattoos, think about that. Also, not because this party is going to happen for the Vegas guys. But so next week, that's when the party is going to happen for the Vegas guys. The week after, if you guys can figure out exactly when when I should schedule the party for, and even what kind of party it is, then let me know. Because if you could think more about the party next week, not this week coming, not the week that we're in, but the week after the next after this week coming. I hate time talking. It's annoying, I could actually have to say dates, aren't I? Yeah. So is the next party after the party that's happening next week? Is that going to be a online stream one? Is that going to be a Discord one, or is that going to be a everybody one? And yeah, we'll figure this out now. We'll do that now. And also, again, think about tattoos. Exactly what you'd like to see for tattoos while I just sort this out. I'm actually gonna get rid of this layer. So it's super sketchy badness that nobody needs to see. I do things on like 3 layers just to do layout and stuff. What I normally do is I have on this program anyway. I have a layer where I just play around with layouts and stuff. I figure out exactly how things are going to go, what kind of pose to use if I'm not using a pre-existing pose. Or as as FMF said at one stage, that basically noticed that I had basically ripped off an entire design, not a design, a pose for a reference, and it used one of his characters because I used it as a pose reference. And essentially, if I'm not doing that, then I do a bunch of scribbles and figure out where characters are going to go, what pose they're going to be in, what shape and size they are. It's usually the shape and size bit. I think the belly strap is going to look good, actually. I kind of like it now that I've started doing it. But it does go over the belly button. I'm not married to having the belly button exposed. I think it will look good. Ideally, I'd like another strap kind of around him at the same time, but I think that would be too much. I think then it would look a bit weird with this exact shape that I've got. I don't know. Right, and we agreed to stubble. I'm going to give him a bunch of hair as well. Not a huge amount, just a bunch of short hair. Yeah, so I normally do one layer, the first layer, which is the just complete, everything everywhere kind of layer, which is like me figuring out poses and designs of the characters and exactly where they're going to go and stuff like that. And then I do another layer over it, which is basically I just pick out all of the best bits of that scribble, and normally that kind of helps me figure out exactly what I'm going to do with the line layer. So basically it's a proto line layer, and that's what I've got here. And normally in the big scribble I normally decide what looks good on characters and stuff as well. I wanted your guys' input while I'm doing this. Plus, I wanted to do this tonight, and essentially, you guys are online, so that was handy because I got some input. I got some good feedback on exactly what to add to the character to make him look more daddy, pig daddy, and badass, and boss piggy, or whatever you want to call him. Should I do belly hair everywhere, or should I just have it in just the top? I'll have it on the top and around the shoulders. That'll look good. I won't have him completely hairsuit covered in hair. There we go. This may even be a middle phase. I have no idea where I'm going to go with this. Oh my god, the hair looks great. Just adds way a lot of character. And you know what I'm going to do with I'm going to do it on the face to see where it looks good on the face as well. So yeah, I normally do that, and then I have a third layer, and this is all just set up. I normally have a third layer, and the third layer dictates, and that's what I'm doing all of this on now. Color choices and color changes, and basically where it's all going to go, where it's all going to fit in color wise, and if I have like shiny spots or tattoos or texture details that I want to add in for the exact, for bits of what I can only do in detail in paint, with the painted layer with the brushes and stuff. Then I'll add that in that layer, and of course that means tattoos as well, because I don't tend to do hardline tattoos unless they're very, very specific and very, very bold tattoos and stuff. I've just overdone it with the hair on that bit. That's wrong. Oh my god, the color layer character bit looks great. I love that. Anyway, right. So I'm not going to add anything else. I think that I think that we're done with the accessorizing. I am going to keep the belly part of the harness there. I do like how that looks. So that's good. Me describing this all to you is just very weird. I really want to show you. And I might at the very end of the stream, okay? I might at the very end of the stream, I'm going to risk it. But so that'll leave it up to you guys whether you want to see it or not. I'm going to quickly save. Because remember, it's crashed on me before. So yeah, if you don't want to see it, then don't watch the very end of the stream. I'll do it after the belly salute. I'll give you a quick sneak peek on this layer. You know, all the different layers, apart from the messy one. But I just deleted that. I forgot that I deleted that. I didn't need it anyway. It's all good. So yeah. But for now, I'm happy with the way that looks. So what I miss while I was talking, because I did a lot of talking, I do that sometimes. A simple barbed wire pattern can look nice. You mean like on the arm? Yes. So I was like, where exactly is his arm? You know, where is his forearm? Is that all of his arm? I've already made him chunky. Yeah. I'm liking it. I'm liking the barbed wire thing. I might do an extra thick pattern of barbed wire. Continue. I'm liking the way this is going. Had to step away for a bit to tuck the hubby in. Oh, it's very sweet. I think I'm going to sleep, said Bearbuff. Oh, I thought you might have gone. Tubbs will catch you later. If you're still there, let me know in the chat. Yeah, Jeff. See, I did say that just now. It's very sweet. I hope I haven't missed him. Around the bicep. Yeah, like I said, it's going to be hard to find his bicep. That's his shoulder? That's like I said, I've made him really chunky compared to when you first saw him, because this is supposed to be the end product. This is the end stage. He's just a little bit skinnier than Pop, and it's a little bit hard to exactly figure out where his anatomy is on his shoulders and biceps and stuff. Whereas Pop's a big dude, but he's basically he's a very muscly pig, but it's just that he's also incredibly fat. So it's like, yeah. We've got any other tattoos? I'm gonna add it, but I don't know how it's gonna look. So I'm just gonna try to add it. It's a good thing about being a tattoo artist, is that I know how these work. So I can add this in pretty quickly. Yeah. I mean, it'll be a bit, I'm going to make it a bit faded so that basically it doesn't overpower the arching arm thing, you know? But yeah, like that. Problem is that you can only see one arm clearly, the other one's slightly obscured. The only other tat I can think of is not massively complicated as a heart or mother. Yeah. Problem is that you can't see his butt that clearly. I'm gonna add some butt hair. Sorry, I just realized he's got lots of hair going on at the top, but nothing on his legs or his butt. There we go. Give him a nice hairy butt. Butt hair. Yeah, exactly. A heart for bacon. Isn't that cannibalistic? I mean, he's piggy, but I'm liking this idea. I am liking this idea, but at the same time, it's like, where do I put it? I could put a side of it on his butt. Make a note about what the tattoo is going to be. So yeah, I'm open to all the tattoos. Yeah, some pigs are cannibalistic, though in the furry sense, it could just be some sort of piggy kink. Well, I will say that unless that Pop, my pig in particular, he won't eat bacon voluntarily, but he doesn't freak out by eating bacon accidentally, and he doesn't mind the flavor or anything. He literally just won't eat it voluntarily, or ham, or like rib steak or anything like that. Any pork products he basically won't eat voluntarily, but he's eaten other furs, so I don't think he has that much of a problem. But then again, Pop's very much like me. Well, he is me, in the sense that basically I like a lot of vegetarian food, and I like a lot of vegetarian replacement, meat replacement products myself. I had vegetarian bacon when I was at my mum's because my mum's, what's the term for a vegetarian that basically doesn't eat meat but does eat fish? I keep thinking that it's a different word that means something completely different. Sounds like Episcopalian. That might be it, but yeah, I don't know if that is it. So, Piscatarian. What's Episcopalian? What's that? Piscatarian. Yeah, that's what my mother is. My mum's yeah. It's really funny because my mum used to love. She used to love steak, especially if I made it as well. My mum used to love steak and spaghetti bolognese. She used to love that. But we've got this thing called corn, which is basically corn. It's a meat kind of substitute for like minced meat. Not the fruit mincemeat, which I never understood that. The you know, actually minced meat. Wolfie, this is exactly why I didn't want to say it out loud, because I was like, that's going to mean something else. I know that probably means something else, and it's going to be something stupid, I bet. Yeah, what you just did is the exact reason why I didn't want to say it, and then I basically said it. I was being brave and I said it, and you guys judged me. You guys judged me so hard. As you can tell, I'm not really that beaten up about it. It was just like, I was like, dude, that's exactly why. Anyway, tattoo. We're on the right track. We're on the right track. I do like the bacon idea. Actually saying, could it just be bacon wrapped around a heart, or just bacon in the middle of heart? Or a heart with an arrow through it that basically is pinning the bacon to the heart. I'm a tattoo designer. I think about random bullshit like this. Is a religious denomination of Christianity. Yeah, I figured it was. I figured it was. It's typical that I said it out loud. I got it the wrong one. Yes, that's it. Thanks. Excuse me. Thanks, FMF. I spelled it wrong. I thought it was cute. Well, as long as somebody thought it was, somebody somewhere thought it was cute, I'm okay with it. Tubbs, you also don't. Thank you, Jeff. Well, there are like no Episcopalians in the UK, so it isn't odd that you would mix it up or something else. Exactly. See, it's not weird. I'm not weird. You're weird. Should I put it on his belly? He's got a lot of space. I'll draw it in the corner and see what I think. The bacon idea. So we got a heart. And then I'm going to have the arrow. I'm going to have like the bacon. Bacon looks different in different places, because bacon in the UK, I don't know why it looks this way, but it's got like a little thing on the end, and then it's got a big bit of bacon meat, and then there's a bit of fat on the side that connects all of them. Whereas in America, I've noticed that bacon is it's just very uniform. It's like a line, and you've got like fat, bacon meat, and then more fat. What's the deal? I have no idea. I have no idea why they're different. I'm not a butcher. Am I expected to know? I don't know. I'm going to draw a fairly basic representation of the American bacon. American bacon. Streaky bacon. Is that a thing? I feel like that's a thing. And then like why is the arrow the hardest part of this picture? Like I've done all this detail and then like the arrow seems to be the thing that's like the real struggle. Right, I'm going to share my screen, but I'm only going to zoom into this one part. I'm going to save it first. File, save. Okay. You are weird. Yeah. Firefox, you know me. Like you've won some kind of prize or something. You're weird. Now, you might be able to guess or get some detail out of the... Why? Why with the eye? Why with the eye? You might be able to look at the corner and see a bit of the pig, but you won't be able to see it in full detail until it's... Yeah. But yeah, I'm just going to show you. Why no? Why? What's going on? Super basic lived-in representation of the piggy bacon idea. There you go. Now it's too tiny. Do you have some tissue for your eye? I do, but I'm trying not to use up my tissue. I'm not freaking out about tissues. I'm just kind of trying to conserve the amount of tissue that I use in my office. For some reason, it has gone down a lot, and it's because I've got a tiny cold that won't go away, that I've had since winter, since Christmas. Because Damon's germy relatives. Yeah, so does everybody know what I was talking about with the bacon? You know, that you get like a strip of bacon in America, and yet in the UK, and we have bacon, we have like a head of bacon, and then off to one side on the bottom of the bacon, we have another bit of bacon meat, and then basically it's all connected by a fatty thing on the side, and then basically those are our bacon strips. So yeah, so I've just drawn a simple representation of simple representation of the heart design. Now, how is this going to go? Where is this going to go? I'm just doing a tiny bit of tidying up. Just for Weffy once. So much Weffy once. Yeah, we get it. Okay, I'm sorry. Interesting. Yes, we understand. That sounds yummy good. Okay, just bacon. But I mean, you could tell this is bacon, right? That's kind of like been shot with the arrow. It's going to be a very simple, basic representation anyway, because it's going to be probably this, but on his butt. Should I put this on his butt, on his belly, or on his back? Personally, I think it should go on his back, kind of like where his heart would be from his back. But I don't know. Above the butt, just above the butt, like next to his tail. Above the butt. Can you see the tiny? It would be tiny on your guys' screen. I'm trying to get out of the way of the actual picture, but can you see it in the corner? Can you see the overall picture? Like very, very tiny representation in the corner. I'm kind of looking right at it. I just noticed when I turn my head to look at it, I'm actually looking at it. I barely can see it. Okay, well, that's kind of, you get the gist of it. It's not too much of a spoiler, right? You know. I think it works well. Okay, so we'll have that above the butt, just on the top of his butt cheek somewhere, next to his tail. Are we okay with that being it for the tattoos, or do we think we need more? Do we think we need more? Matthew Haywood says something happened to your Discord. Haven't had internet for a while. No, it's right there. You may have been kicked though, because if you didn't respond to the sound off, then basically I terminated a lot of ghost accounts or inactive users. But you can still rejoin if you've been kicked. So yeah. That's it for me. Yes, it's fine. Yeah, I still think the whole belly is missing something though, and the legs. But to be honest, I'm kind of, I don't know. I might add something. This is the end product, so essentially I can always go back and add stuff if I really wanted to. But I kind of wanted to do this one like first, last. Okay. Okay, I will put the pen down. And that'll be it for me tonight. I will save though. And that's a good reference. So it'll make a good like side piece as well for this picture. And I will just have this. I can do the thing. Does anybody want to talk to me or say anything to me about anything before I go? We did only decide exactly what kind of party, you know, what of the four parties, what of the three parties we're going to do after I do the tiki party with the guys from Vegas. If you want to link to my Discord server, then go to the main page of this channel and it will be right next to the PayPal symbol. There'll be a Discord symbol or a thing that says Discord, and basically if you click on that, then you'll be taken to my server if you have a Discord account. If you don't have a Discord, then it will very easily, Jeffrey, help you set up one. It's literally a couple of steps that you just take. Like, you just basically pick a username, connect it to an email address if you have to, pick a password, and you're in. So yeah. I'm going to toot now. That was a very delicate toot. Yeah. I can't think of anything interesting to say. FMF, you don't have to. It doesn't have to be interesting. I appreciate you just being here. Honestly, I really do. Panafox says, would you be willing to do a pick idea? I had once for once you're free of commissions. Like I said, this is the second part of a 5-part series, and all of those parts have been paid for. So I'm going to be exclusively working on those because they've been paid for. So yeah. But once I'm free to do free commissions or free, free pick ideas or anything like that, then yeah, of course. I was going to get back on do the series, the first person series, but I'm totally willing to do anything, once the pick that I was working on for that series, because I was in the middle of doing something before I basically got this job. So once I do that, then I should be free to do a free commission. So yeah. If you have an idea, either tell it to me, write it down, basically like write it down, actually. Write it down somewhere and send it to me, or just send it to me somewhere that I can look at it again, so that at least it will be with us both, and we will, we'll both have the responsibility of basically remembering this for when I'm free. Hopefully this whole series should be done within, before the weekend is out. Before this weekend is out, because I've got nothing else to do. I basically finished all of the work that I was supposed to do for work, whilst whilst I'm on lockdown, and yeah, I've got nothing else to do but this. So I'm going to be doing this whenever I can, and I'm very motivated because, like I said, I'm being this. So yeah. So yeah, does that help? Well, thanks, Tubbs Hugs. Anytime. Is that everything? I'm not getting up to do the belly salute, although now I figured I might as well. I am going to unplug. There we go. It didn't make a noise. Unplug the pad, and then I'm going to do it. So anything else, guys? I will be back doing another live stream tomorrow, and yeah, it'll probably be another one like this where we just hang out for a little bit together, because this is nice. I like this. This is very chilled, and the party's going to be more chilled because I won't be doing anything but drinking and just hanging out with you guys. Did the screen go black for everybody? It just paused. Okay, that makes sense. It's totally not annoying. Right. I haven't done it yet, Jeff. Okay. Belly rubs and belly salute. And I'll see you guys tomorrow. Now. Not now. Oh, I was just beginning a new sentence. Now. you do not wish to have a sneak preview of the ending to the Jockstrap transformation Daddy Pig series and stuff, then please end your stream now, because it's about to be on my screen. I'm just going to go over to it. Let's zoom out. Because I'm just going to do a little bit of talking about it. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Okay, so it's going to be on all the screen. I do not know how long it will be on the screen before YouTube decides to have a hissy fit, but I mean, it's entirely possible that YouTube won't have a hissy fit, because like I've got nothing, there's nothing pornographic about it. Although me saying that basically might have created some kind of weird algorithm, like warning flag or whatever. So yeah, again, if you don't want to see the end of the series until it's finished, basically look away now. Think. I hit the button, but nothing's happening. My computer's being slow. Oh, here it is. Again, it's super rough draft, but there it is. I'm still here. I'm still here. Again, super rough draft. Nothing, nothing solid about it. It's just layers. It's the first layer is just the outline of him, and the second layer is all of the hair extensions and the additions and stuff. Extensions, they're not hair extensions, just the hair additions. That's not where the final hairs are going to go. That's just a pattern of like how the hair is going to be placed on him, and the idea of how the hair is going to be placed on him. So yeah, oh my god, it's really eating up my computer for some reason. My internet's gone way down slow. I have no idea why. But yeah, I basically wanted to get the, you know how some of the pigs, when they just want to be left alone, kind of want to have their, they just kind of like put their ears over their eyes. I kind of want to get that. It's something that Pop does all the time, but I've never actually drawn him doing it. But yeah, it's just a thing. So that's the end final product of what's going to happen to the very muscular pig that you saw. It's going to be in stages. He's going to get more leather. He's going to get more hairy, and eventually tattoos and piercings at some stage. And some of it's going to be pornographic, but this is just the end result. So yeah, there we go. That's what I've been paid to draw, and I'm very, very happy that I've been paid to draw it. I was going to do him laying down, but then there's not much that I can do besides maybe to show off him, unless I have the camera above him. Then I won't be able to show off parts of him, which I wasn't able to show off anyway. But yeah, so that's the end. That's going to be the end result after I've done all the coloring and the textures and the line art for it and everything. So yeah. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for joining me tonight. And I will see you guys tomorrow. I will probably be doing this during the day. So, I mean, Jeffrey, I might post it to you since you don't mind seeing the end result already. But yeah. Hi Ed. Bye Ed. I love his feet, Tubbs. You like his feet? That's what I mean. I'm very proud of the way that I've actually drawn. The thing about my characters, the furry, you know, whenever I do furry art, I'm always very aware of like how I do the hands and feet, and I normally just chicken out and basically do them very fluffy and kind of ignore them partially. But I always keep I've been trying my best to keep a kind of like continuity, like a half realistic, half human and half animal, whatever animal they happen to be, kind of view on it. And yeah, the hoof, the piggy trots and stuff. Basically, I shortened the amount of fingers to basically they have just the 2 fingers and a thumb, very much like actual pigs have. And when it comes to their feet, they just have 2 toes, and they're all kind of like cloven. They're all covered up with like big hooves almost. So yeah. And I was very, very proud with the way these came out. I've had a lot of practice doing pigs in particular, because I do a few of I've done a few pictures of Pop, and I've had I've worked out how his paws work. So yeah, I do usually keep with the Disney thing of basically only doing 3 fingers. However, the Disney rule doesn't actually apply a lot. I've always been told that it's the Disney rule, but I think it should just be called the Simpsons rule, because the Simpsons, they only have 3 fingers. They don't have 4 fingers. And thumb. And I always do all my humans even with just 3 fingers. It does usually make the hand of the person really chunky. I think I did my pig. I think I've done the original pig, the fitter pig, basically. Him. I think he has three finger hooves. I think the original one has 3 finger hooves, but who knows? Anyway, that's that picture. That's what I've been doing and adding and stuff. And yeah, I think it's going to look good when it's done. So yeah, Jeffrey, expect tomorrow. I will try to remember best I can to basically send you it by email. I'm going to send it to the guy who commissioned this, because I want it to be a surprise until the end. So yeah. Anyway, guys, see you tomorrow. I'll probably be back around about the same time, maybe even a bit later. Who knows? But I'm going to go now. Thank you so much for joining me. And yeah, keep up to date on. If you want to be kept up to date on the when the parties and stuff are going to be, then just let me know. Like, send me an instant message somewhere, or an email or whatever, and I will do my best to keep you apprised. So yeah, toodles.